Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin is executing a textbook bump and run reversal. Why this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin, plus some other very interesting charts you definitely want to check out. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video we are talking about how Bitcoin is executing a perfect bump and run reversal, a bar pattern. Why this is so bullish for Bitcoin, plus some awesome, all other really awesome, interesting charts that we're gonna take a look at today. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to press the like button. It helps out so gosh darn much. Also, today's episode is sponsored by Ardana, so stay tuned till the end for a sponsored review. And last little notification, guys, today is the last day to get a significant discount on Token Metrics. If you've ever considered Token Metrics, today is the day, 25% off. It ends on the 2nd today. Just use the link down in the pinned comment and then enter the code TM Holidays. You get 25% off. Now, if we take a look at some of these very interesting charts, we can see that the Bitcoin 2-week RSI holding is above the floor level, currently higher than in July. This might be a little bit behind my head here, but basically the floor was set back in July, the dip after the first higher high that happened back in 2016 and also again in 2012. Well, it happened here in 2020 and that has been pretty significant support. Now, that has been holding, but what's bigger, my friends, is that we will confirm a hidden bullish divergence if the price heads up without closing a 2-week candle below $40,000. We can see here the RSI is going down, the price might be going up, so we might have a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence, which could be pretty bullish, but it's hidden, so, be careful. Now, that is not all, because Bitcoin is repeating itself over and over. It's like clockwork, except it's not on the same time frame, but it's like clockwork, okay? Because Bitcoin just repeats itself, but not in the same amount of time anymore. It seems like we're having lengthening cycles. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at this, this is a short one, this is a medium one, this one could be a much longer one. We have the same thing happening over and over again. We start with this green cycle top, then we go to a white first higher high, a red halving front run, a blue local top, a yellow pre-breakout pullback before a new cycle top. Well, we did that again in cycle 2, and we have almost completed all of it in cycle 3. Right now, we have had the local top, we've had a pre-breakout pullback, which just happened. Well, it looks like the next area could be the cycle top between $100,000 and $300,000. But that's not all, because this cycle looks to be mimicking the first cycle a lot more significantly than the second one, with just a denser candle count. The as you can see, is pretty much identical. The second pair of green and red boxes appear larger versions of the first. So here's the first ones. Again, just a little bit larger. Here's the first ones, just a little bit larger. And if we take a look at the RSI, same thing, pretty much. And it is, like, if you look at it, if you stare at this, it's like a little bit up and down, and then up, and then a big up and down, and then an up. And basically, that's the same thing that happens right here, almost identically. Like I said, clockwork, but not perfect. Now, we saw one divergence earlier. But if we take a look at the Rodel ratio, historically accurate in identifying Bitcoin market cycle tops. Now, right now, it is not signifying a top. But what it is showing us is that this area where we are right now at $47,500 is identical to when the price was $33,000. This is essentially the best buying opportunity of the year and or your lifetime, depending upon how long that could be. But we can see the Rodel ratio right here, pretty much identical. Now, this guy, On-Chain College, likes the Rodel ratio because it did not inaccurately call the first half of the cycle in 2013-2014. You can see here, if this red area would be the sell area, the green area would be the buy area. It called one in 2011, it called one in 2014, it called one in 2018. But it did not call that second peak there, as opposed to another chart that some people like myself, like the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, which inaccurately called one back here in 2013, the first peak in 2013. So potentially the Rodel ratio may be one to take a look at. And if you want something that has all of the indicators put together, clearly take a look at cbbi.info. Now, that being said, talking about putting all types of stuff together, this guy, Mikolaj Zagrowski says, as promised, he put together 10 on-chain metrics to come up with the Bitcoin aggregate risk. We can see here the cycle tops, yes, risk, high risk at the very top, and clearly at the bottom, low risk. But if we take a look where we are right now, this color is roughly like a 3 or a 4. I would say probably a 4 out of 10, which means there's a lot higher to go. I mean, take a look at the same color back in 2017. Way down here, around $1,000 before it went up to 20. We're right here, around $100 before it went up to 1,000. So that is looking great, which brings us to this chart and why this chart is so gosh darn important. Put down what you're doing and pay attention. Because, I'm not just another sexy YouTube voice and face. I have feelings too, and thank you. Well, anyways, as we can see here, we have a classic bump and run reversal. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, we can see kind of the bottom trend since back here, October 2020, when it blasted off, bounced off of it here in July of 2021. And we can see we're still quite a bit above the bottom there, that trend line. That's about $40,000. But what we can see here is from the top up here back in November 10th. Bounced off there November 10th, bounced off there December 1st. Well, guess what? We broke through. It was a pre-Christmas miracle on the 23rd. It broke through on the 23rd, and then looks like we're finding support on that. Not only that, but if we take a look at the RSI, broke through the RSI downtrend for a very short period of time, went back down, but right now it is just at that RSI trend line. Now, this would be what is called a bump and run reversal. Remains intact after having 3 full candle body closes above resistance consecutively. Now, why is it important? Well, if we go over to the pattern site, Thomas Bulkowski's site on all the different trading patterns, if we take a look at the bump and run reversal bottom, overall performance rank 1 out of 39. This is the most predictive pattern, the best pattern for bullish trends is the bump and run reversal. Has a break-even failure rate of 9%, average rise of 55%, throwback rate of 61%, and percentage meeting price target patterns top of 76%. So likely average rise 55%. This could be big for Bitcoin. If this holds, which it looks like it likely will, could be the beginning of a very, very bullish trend. Which brings us to this great chart right here. It looks like Bitcoin just started a new yearly candle already in the green. Way to go, Bitcoin. Another great, fantastic year to be in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Which brings us to the sponsor of this episode, Ardana. Now, guys, this is a sponsored review, so clearly do your own due diligence before investing. I'm not endorsing the project. I'm merely presenting it to you, and then you can do your own due diligence and figure out if this is something for you. Now, Ardana, the first all-in-one stablecoin ecosystem built on Cardano. Mint, trade, stake, and store value. Trading now, listed on Gate.io and MEXC. So, what is Ardana? It's a decentralized stablecoin hub which will bring the necessary DeFi primitives needed to bootstrap and maintain any economy to Cardano. We see here it's fully decentralized, has borrowing, store value, and powered by Cardano. So it's unbiased, collateral backed, and pegged to the US dollar, allows users to borrow stablecoins against locked collateral, secure store value, preserving value even in volatile markets, and built using Cardano's speed, scalability, and security. The stablecoin DUSD is verifiably backed by on-chain collateral and will enable borrowers to take leverage on their ADA and other supported assets. It's coming soon. Also, Danaswap, an automated market maker decentralized exchange for stable multi-asset pools. Danaswap is highly capital efficient, enabling swaps with minimal slippage while providing low-risk yield opportunities for liquidity providers. Ultra-low slippage, swap between stablecoins and stable assets such as wrapped synthetic Bitcoin with minimal slippage. Earn trading fees, deposit your assets into a Danaswap pool and earn a proportion of the market-making fees. Also, there are some other things here, like foreign exchange, swap between international stablecoins such as DUSD, DEuro, DGBP, and more. And Dana token, the governance token rewarded to users for supporting the ecosystem through liquidity provision. And governance, Dana token holders can participate in polling and voting to influence the development of Ardana. Now, the Dana token is a utility and governance token of the Ardana ecosystem, which rewards holders with profits from Ardana and allows those who hold it to vote on changes to the project's parameters. Where you can explore, browse through technical papers to learn more with the EUTXO models and also the Danaswap technical paper. You can check out the roadmap on the website. Ardano is built using the first all-in-one stablecoin ecosystem built on Cardano. Learn more by visiting this roadmap. And then if we take a look at some of the partners here, we have some names we hear about like Coty, Near, Elrond, also with investors, some big names like 3Rs Capital, C-Fund, Kronos. It's the leading stablecoin and StableSwap DEX on Cardano. You can find out all their socials, more about the company, products, all on the website. And just some final notes about Ardana. So just to reiterate, the first stablecoin and StableSwap DEX on Cardano, a decentralized foreign exchange protocol, 3Rs Capital, IOHK, and Kronos invested, first Cardano native asset on Gate.io, and partnerships with Near Protocol, Elrond, and Coty. Definitely worth checking out. If it is something you're interested in, you can check it out at ardana.org or go visit the links down in the pinned comment. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.